finished my last video with spray painting over the welds that I did here and here. I'm going to strip the spray paint off there and do a bit more welding. We're going to do the legs in the next section. But I sprayed it at the time just because I don't know how often I can get to doing this project. So I figured rather than letting it rust up a bit, we'd just cover it with a bit of spray and that way it can sit for however long it takes until I can do this next instalment. Tried to level it all out, just chocking this side here, just checking with the spirit level here. But the plan is to weld 3 legs first and fill it up with sand and weld the 4th leg after that. So I think I'll make this the last corner to weld up.
The scaffold tubes are galvanised. I'm marking them so I know where to grind the galvanisation off. As usual, this helps with the welding. I'm also cleaning up around the holes. Underneath my paint there are 2 more layers of protective paint, so we've got to strip it all back to bare metal.
I've got these magnetic right angle clamps. I don't really trust them to be square, so I've just tapped and nudged everything around until things look pretty okay with the spirit level here. And I think we've got it sort of vertical. That's why I levelled the frame before to get it roughly level so that I could use the spirit level here to get the legs vertical.
I need a few lengths of timber for various steps. One step needs specific lengths, so I cut them to length now. Try to count how many different ways I use these 2 lengths of timber.
Here's the first leg all welded up. Still need to do a cap.
I like this shot for two reasons. It has a beautiful lens flare. And because it's a long continuous weld, it makes a good segue into some thoughts on the welder. The instructions for the welder are not entirely clear as to what happens when you push it too hard. Basically, the fan cuts out briefly as it goes into thermal protection mode, where the LED flashes green.
It's just gone into overheat.
While in this mode, it will not deliver much current. You simply wait a little while until it returns to normal mode, then continue your welding.
And now we're good to go. Well, the plan was to fill the frame up in the last leg hole and then weld that leg in. But the more I look at it, and the more I look at how much sand I'm planning on putting in there, yeah, no, I don't think I'll be able to flip the frame around and manipulate it the way I need to. So we're going to have to do plan B. What we'll do is weld in the last leg and drill a hole in that top frame part. Maybe somewhere in there, and weld a nut over it and a bolt, and we'll backfill it, a bit like a Welsh plug, I guess. Anyway, that will keep the weight on the stand down while I'm manipulating it. So I'll skip the sand for now and I will do the other welding, then we'll come back to the sand later on.